Hey friends, happy Tuesday. Give it a minute here, let everyone hop on like we normally do. I need to have some cool intro playing with some music or something so we can have a dance party until people actually get on. I never know what to do with myself while I'm just waiting. Hey guys, thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday. Hey friends. All right, so first of all, I'm going to apologize for my quarantine hair. I did put on mascara for you guys today for the first time in 2 weeks, and now I feel like my eyelashes are out to here. Hey, Facebook user. So that brings up a good point. If you guys are watching in the Six Figure Stylist Facebook group, there should be a link up top in the caption box. It just allows my streaming service to have access to your name since we are streaming into a private Facebook group. So if you want to accept that, that will allow me to actually see your names as you're commenting so we can talk. If you don't feel like accepting it, no worries, but just you'll have to type your name at the end of each comment. So hi, Facebook user. Hey, Victoria. Victoria is our Six Figure Stylist member of the month. So yay, Victoria. You're so awesome. And thank you so much for being so wonderful. So yeah, I do share this in my Six Figure Stylist Facebook group and on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on YouTube and you'd like to come hang out in the Six Figure Stylist Facebook group, after the live has posted, check in the description box below. I'll post the link for the Facebook group there. And also if you're on Facebook and you want to go hang out with us on YouTube, you're always more than welcome to come check out my YouTube channel as well. So, hey guys, how's everybody been doing, first of all? We're definitely going to get into some cool tips and tricks about video editing because I've had a ton of questions about that recently. But first of all, let's just check in, see how everyone's been doing. I know I've been going a little stir crazy. I started my first day of virtual school with my daughter today, and that resulted in me drinking a beer at 9:45 this morning. So just, we're just hanging in there, taking it a day at a time. Hope everyone else is doing okay and managing with all of the new routines that we're having to set in place so far. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into it though. Victoria says a little crazy too, but as good as I can be. I feel you, man. It's just nuts. So yeah, let's talk about video content creation because I think this is the question that's popped up the most frequently in this quarantine time. And I think it's just because people probably have a little more free time. So they're looking for ideas for things that they can do while they have so much spare time. So aside from the usuals, I always recommend staying on top of your Instagram, your social media posting, your marketing, all of that. Video content creation is such a great idea to take advantage of right now because it is a little more time consuming. So while you have all this spare time of starting a YouTube or even just incorporating some videos onto your social media accounts is something that you've been wanting to do, now is definitely a really great time to get started. I missed those instructions entirely. I put mascara on yesterday for the first time in weeks too. Yeah, Rachel, it feels weird. I put it on and I was like, whoa, who am I? But yeah, thank you for checking out the live and hanging out, Rachel. So do you guys have YouTube channels now, or have you played around with putting video content on your social media at all? Let me know in the comments if you have. Also, if you have a YouTube channel, definitely drop that in the comments and I'll go subscribe to your channel right now or right after this live, I guess. So I think what people ask me the most frequently about, because there is a whole process that goes into video content creation. So what I get asked about the most is the actual editing portion. But there are a couple of steps that you have to do prior to the editing. So let's start at the beginning. Obviously, you're going to want to start by filming, you would think. but that's not actually true. First, you'll need to start with planning. So when I first started my YouTube channel, I've had my YouTube, for probably like 3 or maybe even almost 4 years now, I think. And the first thing that I started thinking of when I knew I wanted to set up my YouTube channel was, okay, I'm just going to dive right in and I'm just going to do a beach wave tutorial. And that's like such a timeless video. And I feel like it's an easy one that everyone starts off with. It was my very first one, was how to do beach waves with a flat iron. And you really can't go wrong in that video because that's the question that all of our clients ask us. And that's the question that everyone wants to know and to learn from a video. So definitely a good starting point, but you have to think about where are you going to go after you film your beach wave tutorial? You know, like what direction do you want to take your channel or your platform in? So planning is actually going to be the first major step that you need to establish when you're considering starting a basically like side career in video content creation. So the way that I plan out my videos, a lot of times now I've got my channel established so people know what to expect. I do a lot of Pulbright hair color transformations, as well as sharing these six-figure stylist business building videos onto my YouTube as well. But while you're trying to figure out what direction you want to take your channel in, the first thing that I start with is I look for someone whose videos I would like to emulate. Now, that doesn't mean like you want to go through and just cookie cutter copy every video someone's ever made, but I have about 5 channels that I absolutely love, and that they're almost like how people set up like inspiration boards. They're like an inspiration board for me, but through virtual YouTube channels. So if I'm ever am feeling stuck, or if I don't know what direction to go in, I'll go through their channels just for inspiration. And one of the things that you really want to look for when you're planning out what videos to create is you want to make sure that you're creating things that people or your audience will actually want to watch. So a really good way that I've found to figure out what people are looking for are to go to your video inspiration board YouTube channels. So this would be, for me, this would be like the Guy Tang, the Pulp Riot TV, even like Britt Siva, and there's a couple other people that I try to kind of like emulate. They're like my muses, I guess we'll say. So I will look at their channel, and then if you go to their videos, you can see which of their videos have been viewed the most frequently. So that way that'll give you a good starting point to see, obviously, if this video has 44 million views, this is something that people want to watch. So that's a really good stepping stone to see where you should start and what kind of videos people are looking for that you might want to recreate. So after you have a plan in mind, just something where you have a direction, you have an idea of what direction that you want to take your channel into, then you actually need to get into the filming stage. So as far as filming goes, this has so much personal preference underlying it. It really comes down to what you want to film and how your like personal style is too. But there's a couple of essentials that you definitely are going to need, whether you're filming for YouTube or Instagram or even TikTok. There's a couple of things that can really, really benefit you. So the first one, I film all of my videos on a DSLR camera. So I use a Canon Rebel T5. And if you guys want, I can actually put the link for all of the stuff that I use either in the caption box or the description box based on if you're watching Facebook or YouTube, so you don't have to hunt it down yourselves. But I use a DSLR for all of my filming, and I chose to go that route instead of using a phone, because if you make one 10-minute video on your cell phone, your storage is done. Like, it's completely wiped out. Like, there's no room for anything else. And I know I have a gazillion pictures in there too. So I just really wanted something that would just, its purpose would be for hair. So my camera, the only things I ever use it for is to take after photos in my salon or to film content for my YouTube channel. So definitely worth looking into. And they're also not super expensive. I think I got my entire setup for around $500 when I started out, which I know seems like a big chunk of change, but it came with absolutely everything. Like I got my tripod, I got lenses, I got the neck strap, I got an SD card. So that way it just took a lot of the guesswork out of it for me, buying like a big package like that. It wasn't like I bought the camera and then had to figure out all the other little necessities to go along with it. So a camera is definitely a good choice. If you want to start out just to see how you like it, definitely try using your phone. My actual like beach wave with the flat iron tutorial was done on my cell phone. But I think you definitely just get an improvement in quality, and it just makes your life a little bit easier too in the long run. Second thing that is a need for me is a ring light. And I already have one because I was needing it for the after photos in my salon as well. But if you're trying to do any kind of like personal tutorial, a ring light is a game changer. I'm actually like kicking myself because I didn't get it from my salon suite before they locked us out. So now I can't go back in because it's all like quarantined and shut down. But I was going around before I did the live, like opening all the windows in the house because I was like, you can't see anything. So if you're going to be doing any tutorials on yourself, which I feel like a lot of us are right now while we can't come in contact with other people, a ring light is going to be a game changer. It's going to keep your camera or your phone from going in and out of focus the whole time. And it's just going to make everything look a lot more professional and a lot more enjoyable for your audience too. After the ring light, I love having a really good backdrop, just depending on what kind of video I'm shooting for. If I'm doing something on myself, again, like a hair tutorial, I do like having a solid color backdrop behind me. So in this case, I would still use my black backdrop that I use in my salon, just because it keeps your audience's eye away from any distractions that may be happening in the background. Like right now, I'm just getting distracted even on my own because I can hear my cat doing stuff back there. But if I'm really, really trying to capture an audience's attention, I want to just only have the focus on me. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps it looking really, really clean and really professional as well. And then last that I have written down over here, I don't typically use this last one in all of my videos. Most of the time I go for like the voiceover option, but depending on what I'm doing, another thing that's a really awesome tool to have in your belt is a microphone. The last video I posted on my YouTube channel was an updo tutorial, which is something that I like hardly ever do, but it made it so much easier for me just to have my mic clipped to me so I could talk while I was doing the up style and not have to worry about going back after and saying, oh, and then I braided this and then I twisted and pulled here and did all this other stuff. It just made it a lot easier for me knowing that you could hear my audio and it would be super, super clear, and I wouldn't have to try to go back and figure out how I was going to voice over during certain spots at a certain time. Sorry, this dude always distracts me. He's nuts. So when it comes to filming, those are my 4 main essentials. Now you can definitely get started just on your own using your phone. You don't have to have all of this stuff to crank out a really awesome tutorial, but I've found since I've started using those things, my life has just gotten way, way easier. Okay, awesome. So we've covered planning, filming, and by the way, let me know if you guys have questions. I know I'm going a little quick here. We'll actually stop and answer this real quick. Rachel says, I have posted a couple IGTV videos of processes and such, but none including tutorials or anything. I keep getting asked and I'm just not sure how to start. Yes, so start with your planning. Also, since you said that, let's back it up a little bit. When you're trying to figure out what your audience wants to see, another great thing that I do is just ask. We're in so many Facebook groups for hairstylists now. So if you're filming for, you'll need to determine who your audience is. So like for me, since I do so many like color tutorials, my audience is hairstylists. So I'll go into Facebook groups and I'll just ask like, hey, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys need help learning about? And I get just a ton of comments that give me really fresh ideas. If your audience is more of like your clientele and you want to teach them how to do styles on their hair at home and things like that, you can definitely just ask on your Instagram, Facebook business page, personal Facebook, wherever your clients are around you. You can just ask them what they want to see, and that'll get the ball rolling on giving you some really cool ideas. All right, sweet. So moving into editing. So editing, I'm going to break it down a little bit of a different way because I'm actually planning out a video course on video editing right now. So if you guys want to know, that's in like the very beginning stages. So hopefully, because I do have so much time right now, I can have that out to you guys within like the next week or so, I'm hoping. So if you want to know when that becomes available, there's a link in the caption box up top that's just going to put you on an email list. So I can just email you when it comes out and say, hey, it's ready. And then I typically do throw out a little discount hookup for my email friends. So if you want to jump on that, go ahead and click the link up top. I think I just typed right in front of it. Like if you want to know when my video editing course gets released, sign up right there. So as far as editing goes, I wasn't going to share too much. I was going to save it for the course, but while we're here, you know. So for video editing, I think the biggest thing that I've been asked recently is what I use. And I use iMovie. Hands down, easiest software I've ever used. I used to use another one before I had my MacBook, and I'm trying to remember what it was called, and I don't remember. But it doesn't matter because I wouldn't recommend getting it anyway. So the one that I had before iMovie was, God, I can't remember what it was, but it was just terrible. It was slow. It would crash in the middle. Like it would take me like an hour and a half to edit one video. And I mean, I'm talking like a 5-minute video. It would take a long time to do all the edits. And then I would get about 45 minutes in and the whole thing would crash and I would just lose all of my progress. And it was infuriating. Like that's the most angry I've ever been in my entire life, is when that system would crash on me. It was horrible. So I actually did a ton of research, and I don't mind spending money on good products at all. So I wasn't even thinking of getting a MacBook. Like I'm a Samsung girl, so I was totally like, no, I'm okay. I don't want to be on the team Apple, whatever. But after doing all the research that I did, iMovie just kept coming out on top. It has all of the things that I need in video editing, and it's free whenever you get an Apple. So iMovie is actually the entire reason I bought my MacBook, and it's the best decision I've ever made. It is so user friendly. All of the steps that I take and all of my editing is like, just, I don't even have to think about it. And actually now I don't even really edit my own videos anymore. I have my assistant do it in her free time at the salon, when we had a salon to go to. And that's how easy it was. Like she picked this up. I showed her like 2 minutes of how to do the steps that I need done, and she picked it up like that. So it's super easy. Anyone can use it. But if you guys want a like real breakdown, I'll take you like start to finish. And I think for the video editing course, I'm actually just going to show you a screen recording of my entire, like, here's my video clips to end result. So that way I can walk you through. You don't have to worry about any of like the guesswork or figuring out yourself. I'll just like be there to hold your hand the whole time. So if you're interested in something like that, make sure you sign up for that email up top. And hopefully, like I said, that should be releasing in like a week or so, fingers crossed. But I think that'll totally help a lot of you guys, because editing is really the trickiest part. Like filming is pretty, like, you know, you get it, you understand how to film and kind of the things that you need. Like you can make do with your phone, like I said, but when it comes to editing, it's like, what? Where do I even start? So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you do check out that link. Hey, Facebook user babe, I can't see your name, so if you want to click the other link up top, it just allows my streaming service to access your name, or you can just comment your name if you don't want it to know who you are. And Victoria says, looking forward to that. Me too, girl. It's going to be cool. I really wish I had something like that when I first started video editing, because it was a lot, like, well, for one, I wasn't using iMovie because iMovie is super user friendly, but it was still a lot figuring out, like you can only use certain music in your YouTube videos, especially you can get to a point where you can monetize your YouTube channel. Basically, you allow someone to run ads on your YouTube and then you get paid for it. So it gets a little iffy if you're not using like royalty-free music. So that means if you don't have rights to the music basically and you're getting paid to use music in your video that doesn't belong to you, you can get like super hella sued. And I luckily found that out before anything bad happened. But I remember just like downloading music from like my latest Taylor Swift album and being like, this will sound good in a video. So just the little things, I think it'll really help out a lot of people. So do you guys have questions about editing right now? I see a couple comments rolling in. So if you do have questions about, well, any part of the video content creation process, you can definitely let me know while we're up here. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Glad to hear from you. I'm super excited that you can hang out on our live. And then Audra says, hey girl, I've been fighting with editing all day. So what are you using right now, Audra? Because I know it's a little tricky getting started. But yeah, man, I just remember those first days that I did try to figure out how to edit things myself. And my videos, I actually love going back and looking at my first YouTube videos ever, because just how far they've come since day one. My first videos look so sad, and now I'm pretty stoked on how my videos look. And also, like, time is a huge factor now too. Now that I've figured out all of these steps that I'm going to share with you in the course, it's like bam, 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 I'm done in 20 minutes with my whole video. Rendering too is another thing that I've noticed with iMovie versus the other software. And I wish I could remember. I'll look and figure out what it was called so I can tell you guys not to buy it. But it would take like 3 to 4 hours for my videos to render. And that just means like after you've edited them, it like churns them all up and gets it ready for you in like a nice little file. And it would take forever. And iMovie's like, oh, here's your video, 12 minutes later, ready to go. So super stoked on that program. Definitely would highly recommend it. So that's about all I have for you guys today. Oh, I did want to share with you too, while we do have so much time out from the salon, all of the courses that are already existing on hairbykate.com right here are 30% off right now, just because I really want to share as much education as I can during this, I keep calling it like this free time period that we have. So if you need any courses on client building, planning your own independent education classes, there's a photo editing tutorial while we're up here talking about editing. There's also a balayage tutorial. All of those are going to be 30% off right now. You can even get private coaching with me on my client building system right now for 30% off, which will save you $75. So I know money's a little tight right now. It is for everybody. So I wanted to do what I could to help out. So if you guys do need anything, check out hairbykate.com. All courses are 30% off if you use the promo code COVID. And there's no like end date. I'm just feeling it out to see when things go back to normal. I'll set the prices back to normal, but I'm not worried about money right now. We're just trying to help everyone out and do what we can. So Audra says, Photoshop Creative Cloud, use my Canon to video. Yeah, I actually, I downloaded Photoshop one time and it was just so much stuff that I was overwhelmed in the first 4 seconds and I deleted the whole thing. I was like, nope, I don't want it. I can't do it. And I didn't want to take the time to learn because I couldn't find just like a quick and easy Photoshop course. Like it just seems like way too much stuff. But yeah, Audra has a YouTube channel that she's just started, and I subscribe to your channel, Audra. So I am super excited to see where your videos kind of go from here. I think it's awesome that you've taken this time to start that up, because YouTube, I feel like videos are the future, like 100%. Like I know I spend all of my time on YouTube and actually a lot of my time on TikTok now too, because that's just taken over my life in a way I didn't even think was possible. So I think everything is moving towards video, which is actually one of the reasons I do these live videos in the group, because if I just make a post, Facebook's algorithm does not share it the same way that they do a live video stream. So even if you're trying, like kind of jumping topics here, even if you're trying to just draw attention to your Facebook page or your Instagram, if you take the time to do a live video, both of their algorithms really, really, like I'm talking about them like they're people, their algorithms love that though. And it will really boost all of your posts after you do it. You can see a significant change before and after you do a live video. So Audra says that it is so complicated. Yeah, girl. And then she's super nice to me. I'm glad you guys can come hang out. I really look forward to these Tuesday talks. We should call it that from now on, Tuesday talks. Especially now that I'm like only hanging out with my kid and my boyfriend, and I just miss our little tribe throughout the week. So Victoria says, is TikTok really worth it? So about a month ago now, I was like, I'm going to make a TikTok and I'm going to be the first stylist to do TikTok hair videos, and I'm going to get super famous from it. And I was so far behind. Like, I think that just shows how old I'm getting now, because I was like, yep, I'm just going to jump on this really quick before anyone else starts making these hair videos. But no, it's already super saturated. I don't see a benefit from it. If you're looking to like grow your business with it, I don't see a benefit from it. Now I love it for the little dance videos. That takes up a huge portion of my life now, is me trying to recreate these dance videos that they do, because those are super fun. But as far as like a business point, I don't see it as a platform that clients would be searching on to find their next hairstylist. And I don't know if it's really in my target market per se. So I think the market that's using TikTok is actually a little bit of a younger generation, which pains me to say that I'm not like the youngest generation anymore. But I actually learned about TikTok from my 8-year-old. And then I was like, no, you can't have it because it's social media. So no. But that seems to be like the audience that's using it is like people in high school and younger. And I know my target market, I prefer to have a little bit of an older audience because they can actually pay for my services. So I don't know, it could totally change, but that's how I feel right now. Seems like we're on the same page. But if you want to watch me doing some really cool dance videos, they're on TikTok. They're up there. Facebook user says, for real now, because we are all going crazy now. Yeah, man. I've just been doing everything I can to stay on the best routine possible, and I think that's helped. I still do my marketing every day. I still try to do an Instagram post at least once a day. And just, it's weird though. It's really weird, like not having that routine that you're used to. Like I used to get up and take my daughter to school and go to the gym and go to the salon and the market, and it was all just laid out in such a glorious way. And now it's not like that anymore. So I'm hoping now that she started her virtual schooling today that maybe we can get on a little bit of a better system, and maybe that'll actually encourage me to wake up before 9 in the morning, because it's I haven't been able to get myself out of bed at all. So we'll see how it goes though. I'll just hang in there and do the best we can. All right, guys. Well, that is all I had for you today. If you guys do have any questions or want to continue any of this conversation in my DMs on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, my DMs are always open for you guys. And if you have any ideas for next week's video or next Tuesday talk, if there's anything you want to go over, let me know. One more time, everything on hairbykate.com is 30% off right now if you use the promo code COVID. So take advantage of the spare time, get some education in. Also, if you're interested in the new video education course that should be out hopefully in the next week, keep your fingers crossed that I can get it together. Click the sign up link up top. It's just going to put you on an email list with me. Like all the emails come directly from me. It's not a spammy thing at all. But that way it's just like an address book for me to send you emails. So that way you will know when it's out, and I'll give you a little discount on that as well when it launches if you're on the email list. So thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to talk to you next week, and I'll see you then. Bye.